Why, hello there, neighbor. I didn't see you there. What's going on, guys? I'm going to bring you a two-part today, and it's going to involve a game I played on a high roller match I played, and then a jungle game I played. As far as the high roller match goes, I don't do a lot of wager matches, but I did this because I was level 50, and you can prestige in a high roller lobby, as you saw my level 1 in this game, so you honestly, you don't have anything to lose. So I queue up, I get into a wager match I like, preferably gun game or sharpshooter, and then I prestige in the lobby, and if you get top 3, you start off the game with anywhere between 12 and 30,000 COD points, which is just amazing. And I've out of the 18 wager match games I've played, I've won 17 of them, and one of them I got second. And I've yet to lose a high roller, so it's really nice to start off at level 1 with all these COD points. And I would say, though, that if you do it, try to stay away from like sticks and stones and maybe one in the chamber, because you only get one shot. So sharpshooter is probably the most balanced because everybody's got the same gun. But I mean, yeah, people get perks, and that doesn't make it that imbalanced. But like gun game, if you have a rough start, sometimes it's really hard to get off, like a shotgun or a pistol, and everybody's just kind of pulling away. And I hate sticks and stones because you could be winning the entire freaking game and just get bankrupt in the last second. And if you're trying to get COD points, it's not the best bet. But I'm playing sharpshooter, and I'm on Kowloon, one of the new maps, and I've only played Kowloon, I would say, twice, and I do pretty good in this game. But the reason I'm not a huge fan of sharpshooter is because it usually gives me these guns I never pick up and never use. Like, I think I'm gonna get, I start off with an ACOG WA, which is just it's terrible, and then it switches me to a crossbow, which I'm horrible with, and then it gives me 3 awful submachine guns. And where's the sharpshooter around with the FAMAS red dot or AK-47 or a Galil? I would just rack up points on those rounds. But you're gonna see in a second when I get these dual wield Kypruses, I just pull an enormous lead, because if you can build a ×2 score and then get a new gun and just go to town with it and have all your perks, nobody can catch up, as you're going to be able to see right here. Because I got ×2, and I'm just going to pull away, immensely, and it's going to just lead to me starting off the game with a ton of COD points. And it worked, and I was happy, and I was able to buy all the perks I wanted, all the grenades, and all the equipment, all that good jazz. And I got to level 10, I was able to buy all the kill streaks I wanted. So it's really nice to not have to live from paycheck to paycheck. It's like someone knocked on your door and handed you a big check, and you're just like, yes! Oh, I love it! Yes! It's just a good way to start off, though. But note this, that if you get booted from a lobby, you're not going to be able to go back in there, so you got to really make sure that it's like, time remaining 5 seconds, and then you prestige, and then you're in the lobby, and you're able to, take care of it. But I built up such a lead on this game, I'm not even going to share the rest. My final score was like 25-8, and I think right there was 17-5, so the rest of the game was okay. But because I was able to get all this money, I was actually able to do really well when I prestiged. I think I started off at like that 24 game, yeah, because I'd went 55-2 and then I prestiged. So I was able to actually raise my KD during my first 14 levels, which are always the hardest for me because I don't really use those. Let's move on to the jungle domination game. I'm using the G11 with hardline, steady aim hacker, and this gun is amazing, as I mentioned in some of my last videos. Normally on jungle, I like to run to the rock down by B and take guys coming off from this path, but I decided to change it up a little bit. Just try to see if there's better routes to take, because I was playing jungle really the same way every time. It was almost second nature at a point, and I don't like when I become a very complacent player. It's not good for your strategy. You kind of got to change it up. And I know that a lot of people like to climb up there. Every time there's a guy standing the other to that, I'm just like, I don't really know the words, but you understand what I mean. It's just like somebody's gonna hold Simba off the top. And I believe a couple days ago I was looking up there, and a guy he jumps off and does like a 720, tries to no scope and just falls to his death. And my dumbass watches him fall, and the guy above him is sniping and snipes me in the face on a 10 kill streak. And I was like, no! And this was a game where I probably could have broken 100 kills. But I died on a 10, didn't get dogs, and then I died on an 8, didn't get a chopper, and I ended up getting like 85 kills, and I was like, that was it! I had it in my hands, and I ruined it! But, no, this gameplay is still pretty fun, still solid. I was trying to whore out the G11 because I'd never really used it, and I knew that I was going to prestige because apparently we're getting double XP weekend this weekend, so that's going to be awesome. I'll probably go through an entire prestige pretty fast. So I was kind of whoring out the G11, but this is one of my earlier games with it, and if anybody who played Modern Warfare 2 knows, you know, using a 3-burst gun, you really got to give it a couple games before you're good with it. Your first couple games might not be so hot because you got to have good accuracy. You really can't spray and pray. You got to have to be on point on all your shots. And luckily, the G11 has no kick. It kicks back a little bit, but no kick. Look at this. Spawning behind me. Alright, let's keep a BS meter on my deaths, you know. I used to hate Modern Warfare 2 because you would die all the time. It wasn't your fault, and you'd get mad. So, you know, dudes spawning behind me when they have C and B, not my fault. This one, totally my fault. But this game is going to have like a sick ending, and I win. I personally win. I don't care that we won the game. I don't care that I got over 70 kills. I personally won because of the last 5 seconds. Goddamn, Michael Bay was the better director than me for this goddamn ending. But yeah, so I'm fast forwarding this because, you know, jungle is just, it's the same every time. You take control of B when somebody has air support, and you just hold it down for the rest of the game. You don't go run and take A, and then they take C, and then they take B. C and B is the setup you want. It's so much better. A and B is rough. It honestly is. Unless you can take control of the hut I'm in and trap them at C, C and B is definitely the better spawn. You just have the vantage points on them. So I'm kind of camping, but I mean, yeah, I don't mind. It's how you're supposed to play this map. It's not like I'm hiding in a corner waiting for people to walk around. You know, like Berlin Wall is the campiest map I've played in a Call of Duty to date. It's 3 streets. Yeah, goddamn RC cars. That's BS number 2. But Berlin Wall, you got the middle B spot, which you cannot go through because it's a dead zone. You can't go through those auto turrets without Willie Pete's. So you have 2 streets, and both the streets are long enough that people can camp on them. And I played like a 12-minute game and only got 16 kills, which kind of sucks. Not that I really care, but I had actually gotten top 500 for domination. I was like 440, and I played 1 game of Berlin Wall and dropped to 800, and I was like, God damn, that map was so slow. But they voted for it again, and I was 14-2, and I literally clicked my dogs, and then it said connection to host lost. I was like, wow, somebody is a freaking hater. Like, really, just leave the game. Don't just, oh my god, I hate that stuff. Like, I had a really good game I wanted to show you guys, and it was on Crisis, and it was 199 to whatever the score was, and the guy, connection to host lost, so the game just disappeared. I was like, wow, way to ruin that for everybody, buddy. But yeah, I'm using Hardline because you don't need Ghost on jungle. You can control them enough that, you know, you shouldn't have to sneak up on somebody. And seeing as I can't use a suppressor with this gun, I mean, what's the point of using Ghost? I kind of want them to know where I'm at because I'm confident in my shot. I'm getting a little aggressive here, but, you know, when you got a Blackbird, sometimes you got to be aggressive. I've played really passive on Blackbirds and gotten nothing. And then I've gotten too aggressive on Blackbirds and died, so I'm still debating on how I should play them. But right here, I love these Pythons with steady aim. They're just so good. Nice little jump shot here. But foolishly enough, I just call in my chopper anywhere I please. I'm just like, airspace is clear, let's call it in. I don't care if I'm laying in the middle of the street. But it kind of gets me killed. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bullshit death, but like I kind of come out the spawn and my team's around me and then I just die. But overall, I mean, you know, as of right now, most of my deaths are my fault. I mean, occasionally you get the RC cars and you get the lucky nades and all that jazz, but it's nothing like compared to Modern Warfare 2, where, you know, 80% of your deaths are to some form of bull crap. And I'm really glad that they're, you know, patching stuff. Like the second chance patch is great, except for now that people they just see second chance guys and they leave them. That's like, wow, come on. Look at that. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? RC car, fail, fear the Irish, win. Yes. Yes, wait for it, and then suck it. Suck it. Yes. I played him like a fool. There can only be one Highlander. You cannot kill me with a 3-kill streak. You cannot defeat me. Goddamn RC car, don't know who he's fucking with.